I'm Lauren with Pack Hacker, and today we're going to be talking about the Topologie brick pouch, which I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. Be sure to check out the full review, and let's get into it. So starting off with the materials here, it's a nice thick polyester with a PU coating, so there is a little bit of waterproofness to this. They don't specifically call out how the thickness of it, but you can kind of see here that it does have a little bit of durability to it, which is always nice to see. They are rock climbing inspired gear, so this does have a little bit more of a design to it that you would expect to see for someone who's going to be outside and active and that sort of thing. So that's always really nice to see. We have as well down here this kind of bungee strap, which this pocket here is one of the most unique parts of this bag, which actually holds a water bottle. So I'll get into that a little bit later. As for the other features, we have a carry handle up here, so you can carry it this way, as well as the regular strap here, which we use usually as a crossbody. You can wear it on one shoulder, but in general, this fell a lot better if I was using it as a crossbody. The shape itself took a little bit of getting used to, just because it is so oblong, and it's called a brick pouch, like it looks like a brick. So when you put it on, it does feel a little bit clunky at first, but it definitely grew on me over the course of my testing. So these straps here are nice and soft and comfortable, but you can also remove them if you want to. So you see here, it's kind of like a little hook loop, and these are Duraflex. So you just squeeze it together, it pops off, and you can remove it from that top carry handle. Same way here, squeeze it, pops off, move it from the carry handle, and I'll actually just keep this off just to get it out of the way, but you can carry it this way if you'd like to. It's got this kind of sleek grab handle, and then as well, this kind of more acts as like a water bottle catch when you do have the water bottle in between here, but you can also use it as a carry handle if you want to. So technically this can be carried 3 different ways. I found myself more so using the straps, and then if I wanted to just quickly grab it, I could do that. So these zippers themselves have a little bit of weatherproofing here. So if you get caught in a rainstorm, that sort of thing, I did use this when it was raining, and it posed no issues for me. On the outside here, there are 2 buckled pockets, which fit transit cards. I actually have a transit card in this one here. So it fits really nicely in there. So instead of going into your bag and grabbing your wallet every time, you can put your cards out here. I would personally stick more to a transit card than I would with a credit card or something like that, just for security purposes. And I did find with these buckles, while I was on the go, if I opened up these pockets here, it did get sometimes a little hard to buckle them back up, just because where this does sit on my body would be a little bit off to the side, and when I was trying to get into these pockets, sometimes it got a bit clunky, so it took a little bit of getting used to. And then I use chapstick a lot, so I would keep chapstick out here, and it did get a little bit of roundness to it, so just kind of keeping in mind that because this is a brick pouch, that it's going to keep this more of a rectangular shape, and it's a little bit boxy, so anything round you put in here is going to affect the shape of that. So there's a little bit of branding right here. It's just like a little patch almost, and then on the other side here. So either side, you're going to be able to see that Topologie branding. Here's a little bit more subtle than the other side, but either way, it's a lot of complementary colors, and it looks really nice on. So this water bottle here, to kind of show you how this works, is you would just stick it right in here and then push it in. It catches on the other side with this strap, and then it's secure in there. So the cords down here keep the water bottle from moving around. It was super secure when I had it on. I never really had any issues with feeling like the water bottle wasn't in there. I actually had more trouble getting the water bottle in than anything else. So if these pockets are really full, it can kind of catch, it kind of did it when I put it in now. You see it kind of, I have some thicker stuff right here and a little bit right here. So right at the very end, it takes a little bit of more energy to push it in, but it's nothing where I ever had an issue getting it in at all. So it is depending on the water bottle that you're using. This one here, I believe is, I want to say it's 17 ounces. So it does fit a decently sized water bottle, and it does make it really nice for if you're on the go and you drink a lot of water, but you don't want to carry a big bag and you don't want to carry a smaller bag and also have to carry a water bottle. It is a look that takes a little bit of getting used to, just because when you do put this water bottle in, it does increase the size of the pack itself. However, the benefit to having that water with you while you're on the go is really nice. So going on to the inside of the pack here, it's a clamshell opening. You can see on one side all of the straps with the lashes here come all the way down to this side, but then on this side here, it doesn't. So what it ends up being is kind of like a almost full clamshell opening. It just kind of gives you a little more support on one side, so if you open this up, it's not going to fully fall out. But then when you zip it up, all of this is happening in one specific spot. So it does kind of clean it up rather than having these zipper pulls right here along with this bungee cord. You know, it's you can put them over here if you'd like, but then it kind of changes the appearance of the outside of the bag. So then instead of it all being right here, you've got a little bit more happening on this side as well. So I kind of kept it all in one spot. Obviously that's a bit of a preference, but it's nice to be able to have the option. So looking at this pocket here, it opens this way. I use this primarily to keep my phone and my keys. There is a key strap here that hooks in keys. It has a lot of mobility to it. What I did find was that I have bulkier keys, and if I had them in here and then I put my phone in, it was fine. But when you add in the water bottle, it gets a little bit too bulky. So I kind of found that when I was sticking the water bottle in, everything stayed secure, but then as you open it up, it's a little bit, you know, more crunched together because that water bottle does impact the shape of the inside of it. Sorry about that, the inside of the pocket. So here, if you were to remove the keys from the strap, you could always reduce the amount of keys you have on. But even if I were to just say, for instance, take off my car keys and leave these over here, it still kind of fits oddly in here in a way that I was worried more than once that if I were to close this together, that depending on how my key would fit, I was worried that my phone would set off my car alarm. So it never did happen, but I was aware of it just because I've done it in the past with other bags where I didn't want to run into an issue where I was setting off my car alarm left and right and just didn't know because I was in a store or something like that. So this bag here has a lot of open space for you to kind of add anything you want. The other side is pretty much identical. So it's got the same little pocket here, which I've got my chapstick and a mask in here, as well as some hand sanitizer there. And in here I've got my headphones, and here I've got my wallet. So there's an addition of these two other pockets here, which you can keep a smaller wallet or keep individual cards, kind of if that's what you prefer to do. But it is nice to have that additional storage to keep things kind of neat and tidy in the bag, since the other side here is a little bit more free form. Again, with kind of odd shaped things, I found that if I had, say for instance, the mask and my wallet in here, it makes it more flat, so you can kind of keep that thinner shape even with this water bottle in here. But if I were to add my hand sanitizer and my chapstick, it kind of reduces the amount of space that I have in here and the ease of closing. It wasn't ever anything I struggled too hard with, but it does impact the shape on the outside. You can tell it's not necessarily less square entirely, but it's definitely bulkier. Like this, for instance, is popping out a little bit more. So you can definitely see what's in the bag you know, as things are added in there. So just something to keep in mind if you do find yourself packing a little bit more, but you do want that water bottle accessibility. You do have limited space on the outside if you do add that water bottle in there. So another thing actually that I want to mention is on the back panels here, there's a little bit of EVA foam. You can see how it's, you know, bending around where that foam ends. That adds comfort. I don't feel it on this side here, but it is on the other side. So generally speaking, I kept one side to my body at all times. Yeah, you can see it right here. So that side there has EVA foam to add a little bit of comfort if this is the side that's resting on you, but it also acts to hold that shape a little bit more. So it adds the structure. It might have been nice to see it on this side because, as you can see, it's a little bit chunky over here. So having that EVA foam on this side adds structure that this side's lacking a little bit. I did find that I used one side against my body more than the other. So if I was out shopping, I would have this side against me, but my wallet's in here. So sometimes it was a little bit difficult to get in here and get my wallet out. That's just kind of a user experience thing where, you know, kind of messing with what you prefer in terms of convenience and being able to decide if you want to put something here or here, depending on what you use best. That's kind of as a personal case basis. Another thing that I noticed is that with this water bottle in here, if the water bottle is not entirely full, there's a lot of space in the water bottle for water to move around. You can hear it. So when I was walking, I would hear myself and my water bottle moving. It wasn't anything too loud, which is good, but it's something to kind of keep in mind that it's not something that I really thought about, but since the water bottle is horizontal, you know, once I put the bag on and I actually got moving, it did take a little bit of getting used to being able to hear how much water was in there. I guess it's kind of a nice marker. If you run out of water, you're going to know because you'll stop hearing it. But overall, in terms of usage, it was nice to have this for kind of a day-to-day basis. It was good for running errands, but you could also be a little bit rougher with it and feel confident that it can kind of hold up to the job. So there you have it, the Topologie brick pouch. Check out packhacker.com for more information and the best buying options that support the channel at no additional cost to you. Link down below. We'll see you in the next video.